lot of different structures for technology transfer offices. And I would argue that almost each office has a different mission and strategy based on where it sits in its ecosystem. And that ecosystem is defined not just as the region or the country, it's also defined as the university and the pool of research they have to work on. So really, the strategy for TTO should be largely focused on two things. One, it needs to be focused on taking those intellectual assets that are present in the university and trying to figure out the best model to move those from lab to market. For example, if you have a university that is predominantly focused on mechanical engineering, they may be well suited to having more of a startup and support structure so they can create new innovative startups around those new mechanical engineering devices developed. Alternatively, say you have a group in chemical engineering, which is more concerned with developing new processes and materials, but not actually devices. That type of office would probably be more suited to having a licensing structure because they're going to eventually be targeting groups like Dow, DuPont. Those are going to be the targets for the technology that's being developed at that university. So it really depends on what the local assets are. The biggest problem with technology transfer offices is usually unrealistic or false expectations about how that office is going to work and how that office is going to provide a return on investment for its operations. I've worked in the technology transfer field in about 22 different countries by now. One of the common mistakes is that people say, we're going to start this technology transfer office and we're going to expect a deal next year. And we want you to be self-sustaining in 5 years. Those are big mistakes. I will say that, historically, the only recipe for a successful self-sustaining technology transfer office are three things. One, having a pool of $500 million or more in research to pull from, meaning you have enough deal flow. Two, you have to have been in operation for 15 years or longer and have a staff of more than 30 people constantly working on that portfolio. And that means licensing, startups, all those activities. If you have those three things, you're almost guaranteed to be self-sustaining. If you do not, you're still learning. And so setting expectations up front about when revenue is going to come back and what activities people are going to be involved with is critically important, both from the university's perspective, the technology transfer office's perspective, and any funding agency's perspective.